Y'all need to stop this bullshit of thinking that just because somebody was born in the U.S. that we're just rolling around in money, that we got a money tree out back and we can just go and pick money, or we got a well, we can just go and get a bucket and scoop all the money up. Stop thinking that stupid shit.
Thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. I am the Kenyan Beast. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting me. Now, a lot of Black Americans or Afro-Caribbeans coming to Africa. We have had a number of cases complaining how they are being treated by Africans here. And recent complaints has been from Ghana. You know Ghana from the word go, returning home, returning to the motherland, how a lot of Black Americans went back to Ghana. And some of them have had a good stay in Ghana, but some of them are complaining and saying that Africans are very greedy because they see them as the source of extracting money. They see them as, money making machines. Every time they meet them, they want something. So, and they terming it like Africans has normalized poverty. Before we continue, let's listen to this lady, a Black American, her experience, and then we come back and talk about it.
Grand Rising. I just got some really heartbreaking news, and I wanted to come to you guys to talk about it, and we need to share as much as possible. There was a diasporan woman here, or woman from the diaspora, however you want to look at it. I met her literally just like a month or so ago, maybe more, and then I think I saw her about 2 weeks, maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago. So I met her maybe at least more than a month ago, but saw her at least 2 to 3 weeks ago. And it's bothering me to find out that she was discovered murdered behind her home, buried behind her home, and supposedly it happened by maybe a partner that she chose or someone that was close enough to her. When I got the news, I literally, my chest has been hurting. As you guys know, I've been going through a lot here. And I'm not talking about small, little, stuff. I'm from the hood. I grew up in the hood. So growing up in the hood prepares you for a lot of shit. Not kidding. Even growing up in the hood, you're not prepared for the fuckery here. You're just, it's on a different level of stupid. And it's, like I said, it's really breaking my heart. And I saw, I can't remember the sister's name, if it was TikTok or one of those, you know how we pass around all these different videos, it just goes and comes. But she talked a bit about how we've normalized poverty. And feel free to put your video speed on 2 times, because sometimes I slow down and sometimes I talk really fast. But essentially she was talking about how people have normalized poverty. And I've said that a long time ago. So I will share some of the things about me because it makes this more poignant to those who get it. I mean, this is really bothering me, yo. I grew up in foster care and group homes. I left my mom when I was 9, and I didn't age out of the system. I aged out of the system when I turned 18 and had graduated from high school. My mother was a crack addict, a hardcore crack addict, and my dad was not around because he had his own family. I literally have worked my ass off. Not kidding. I've worked my ass off. And I know poverty better than most people, but because of the way I look, most people will not ever have an idea of that. And so that's why I said I would share this with you guys, because we need to have this talk. Because clearly we have this romanticized idea of when I don't use romanticize, I'm being sarcastic and bringing awareness to this idea that because we see someone that looks well kept and well put together, etc., we make the assumption, not me, but average people will make the assumption that, one, I'm spoiled, and then I've been well taken care of by random whatever. They have no fucking idea how hard I've had to work, You know, one of the really messed up things is when you grow up in the black community and you're a nerd, you get bullied. And I don't mean small, you get bullied. And that was me. So part of my challenge growing up also was because my mom was such a hardcore crack addict. My mom sold our food stamps. My mom literally was one of them. She sold our food stamps, and I had to go to my neighbors to beg for food. And Chloe, who lived next door to me, I grew up in West Oakland, and this old lady, she was like a mulatto, lived next door to us. And I used to have to go and beg her for food. And as a child, I think even then I had a little bit of pride. I would go and ask her to borrow eggs or borrow this or borrow that. And she'd be like, get your little black ass in here. You know, come on in here, eat. Because she knew what my mom was doing. She knew what my mom was doing. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm going to post this video anyway. Because people need to hear this shit. I grew up impoverished like nobody would ever believe. And what's really crazy is because when people see me now, they have no idea how hard I've had to work to get to where I'm at. And I did it not being on my back. I did it without being on my back. So to get here to a place like Ghana and other countries I go to, I meet so many different type of people whose lives they're literally doing better than me, but somehow I owe them something. So fade out, fade in. I'm looking at these people who have family homes. I'm meeting people who haven't had jobs in years, but yet their belly isn't empty. Let that sink in. Haven't had jobs in years, but their belly is never empty and they have a roof over their heads. Meanwhile, I'm here and getting bent over ass right damn near every time I go out to get anything. Because people assume that I have it. This O'Bruni money shit don't finish. This O'Bruni this, O'Bruni that. This is not fucking funny. And we've had too many people coming here dying and getting murdered suspiciously, all for this money grab that people somehow think we have just tons of money. And supposedly this is their just finished building her house, and that seems to be the issue, is once you build your house, get your land and build your house, suddenly you mysteriously end up dead. Mysteriously. But like I said, these people are the same folks that's out here robbing and killing us, are the same ones that got family homes, that have something to eat, have a roof over their head always, whether they're working or not. They're being taken care of and fed some way, somehow. But you're jacking and killing people who've come. See, so me and my brother, we was talking about, and I was going to do a separate video, and I made a comment about how much is enough. You literally got people coming here to Ghana, building schools, building roads, getting access, creating access to water, creating these NGOs to give funding for school children. Health fairs. When I say there's so much giving, it's ridiculous. But what do we get in return? What protections do we have? So this is something that needs to be discussed. We have nothing coming in. There's no reciprocity. So this is why I posed this question to the community. You got all these people talking, oh, you just haven't met the right people. Okay. So all these people that's been here 30 years, they ain't meet the right people either. They're not connected or not. Like, why are we still dealing with this shit? With all of these so-called diasporans somewhere around that's been here all these years, where's the protection? Where's the help? Where's the support? Where's the, this is where I said we need some Don Corleone shit type for real, where I can go and sit at your feet and I can come and give you my problems and let you know what it is. And, put the little cotton balls in your cheek and be like, okay, I'll take care of it. Where's that motherfucker that's word is bond and he's taking care of the shit, instead of all these milquetoast sermon ass niggas got all these great speeches, and then when we leave, ain't nothing happening. Everything is still the fucking same. Where are these people that everybody keeps imagining is there? They're imaginary friends. These people are... There needs to be protections for our sisters and our men. If y'all listening, your sisters need you whether you're married to them or not. You remember that Jill Scott song, We Need You? We need y'all to... You don't have to be married to a sister to show support for her, check in on her, look out for her. I grew up in a time where people actually jumped in conversations, like especially when shit didn't look right. I'm not saying you got to jump in every conversation or every situation, but right now we're in a point where sisters need protection. And honestly, this shit hurt my feelings when I just got this information. I need people to stop looking at diasporans. All you people trolling my page and on my whatever, looking at diasporans as money bags, you need to go back to your community and have this discussion. I met an O'Bruni today and she said she had it harder than other most Ghanaians she's met. I have. Even though I don't look like it, I have. And that's on God. I have. So y'all need to stop this bullshit of thinking that just because somebody was born in the US that we're just rolling around in money, that we got a money tree out back and we can just go and pick money, or we got a well we can just go and get a bucket and scoop all the money up. Stop thinking that stupid shit. Like, honestly, where do you guys come up with these dumbass thoughts anyway? But on everything, I mean, honestly, I still feel like I'm at a loss for words. But sisters, protect yourselves, protect one another. I mean, this one hurts. This one hurts. Chris dying in just a few months ago, this shit hurts. Chris was murdered. Fuck that. This hurts. Like, seriously.
Yeah, automatically you have heard the lady. She's in pain. She have said how experience she has gone through, and other, black Americans who are in Ghana. Personally, I can say that it's true. It's true. Some Africans, some of them have normalized poverty. On some of them are greedy. That's okay. That's true, because it's not in Ghana only, even in some parts of Africa like Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and more so. I can talk about here, Kenya. You may find that we normalize poverty, and instead of working out and working our way out of poverty, when we get small chances where we can extract money, we use it like too bad. We have to give black Americans a conducive environment for them to stay in Africa, because it is their motherland. When we are championing for returning to the motherland, we have to give them humble time and to give them conducive environment for them to stay here. Because I was seeing, like, for this woman, he was overcharged by a cab driver. When you go somewhere and a normal price maybe is 1 CDC, and you are being charged like 5 CDC because you are just a black American, and it does not supposed to be like that. But I think even as a black American, when you choosing to coming back to the motherland, you have to do your research first. You have to study the people, study the Ghanaians where you are going, or study the Nigerians where you are going. And two, when you study them, you know how to mingle with them. And Africans too have to find time and study the black Americans, because they have different behaviors like us, maybe cultures, maybe, clothings and everything. And two, when a black Americans or a black American come to Africa, the country of her or his choice, he or she must have been coming here, or must come here like earlier, do survey, go back, come again, do survey, go back, and people will study you. You will give even Africans chance to study you. But more so, I will throw this to the Africans who are here, who are welcoming the black Americans. We don't want black Americans to feel that they are undergoing under the same circumstances they are passing through in America or other countries. We don't want the black Americans to feel that when they come here, they are being taken as, strangers. And this happens. I'm very sad that when a white man come here in Africa, he is being treated like differently. For example, here in Kenya, when a white man comes here in Kenya, when I, a black man, a Kenyan, and a white man, we are in the same problem, you may find a white man having favors over me. We need to be the same. We need to be the same. We need to have the priority as the people of Africa. Black Americans are Africans as far as is concerned. Black Americans are our brothers as far as concerned. And I've been seeing some comments, some Africans saying, if you don't love where you are, if you see it's hard to live there, just go. But when we are championing for oneness, we want a one together, as a brothers, sisters, to be together. We need to embrace them, to embrace the black Americans and make them feel safe, make them feel at home, instead of pushing them away. So all these miscellaneous, these things that are going on in Ghana and other places, for me personally, I can say it's not right, because we need black Americans to feel at home. You have heard the woman. Tell me what do you think on the comment section. Do you think Africans are greedy towards the black Americans? Do you think Africans will normalize poverty? What do you think about this topic? Tell me on the comment section. I am the Kenyan Beast, of course. We are doing it the African way every day, every time.